Alright, here's the finish up on the backer patch. You saw the little piece that goes inside. Used the string to hold it out, then we had a little thin piece of poly sheeting like a painter's drop, little plastic cloth. Cut a piece of that, put a hole in it, stuck it on the back of the boat so that this cardboard won't stick. Then we cut a hole in the cardboard, ran the line through it, pulled everything snug, tied a little knot in it. So hopefully when we take this patch off the outside, it'll be pretty much flush. We might have to do a little fairing, a little sanding. Hopefully, you know, it's actually going to come out a little bit proud, and we'll sand it down some. Otherwise, we can fill it in with fairing compound. Taped it flat, and now we'll let it dry. Did both sides, and we've also got the little patch up here drying. Once that gets dried up, we'll little fairing compound and do some spot painting touch up and start working on some of the hardware. Down here on the bottom we got a piece of 4-ounce fiberglass with Total Boat low viscosity Thixo. Just wet it all out in that. I just take the little tube. You can buy the two little bottles and pump it out if you want. I just take the tube with the mixing tip, squirt it in there, and then take my brush, mix it up a little bit, wet out the piece of fiberglass, put it on there, and that's drying also. Got one other repair back here on the where there's actually a void through the fiberglass. So we put some 60 grit on a random orbital sander, a DeWalt of course, Tom, and faired it down a little bit, put the fiberglass over it, kind of like a band-aid. Once that's all dry, we'll sand it down and spot paint it. This is all this idea is compliments of Captain Scott. Instead of getting real invasive and digging a big hole and putting in a big backer patch where there wasn't already a big hole like there was back here. So the rest of the holes are looking pretty good. There's a few little scratches in the gel coat we might fill a little bit. There's a little rub mark up there just above the fender, probably some fairing compound there. And then we're going to get into both centerboard trunks. What I'm going to do is just take thickened epoxy, put it on my fingertips, and go up inside the centerboard trunk where the hull and the trunk seam is, and just kind of pack that seam a little bit all the way around on the inside. It's a common area in sunfish where we get leaks, so I'm imagining it's a common area in this catfish too. And basically just recaulking that seam inside with some thickened epoxy. When you do that, you want to make sure you don't leave excess, so that when the centerboards are in there trying to swing down, they're not scraping on little mountains of epoxy that are left in there. And that's probably gonna eliminate any leaks that might be down there. It looks pretty good already, but there are a few little scratch areas. Go back here and look at it. You get some little areas like this, and then when I'm talking about that seam is right up in there. You can see here the white hull and then the centerboard trunk in there. So I'll put some thickened epoxy there, and then I'll, like I say, I'll pull some more Thixo into that area also, and then she'll be getting close to sea trials. Need to get one more stay made, and that's about it. Here's one of the little areas we've got a gel coat crack, probably pressure from a roller being pushed on it. It's not structural, and it wasn't leaking when we were flushing out the hole. So I hope y'all are having a good one. We're having fun working on Smedley.